look at
But that you are the kind of people that they are looking to tax from 1st April.
They're already taxing some of us.
No. The GRA is going to tax some people. I mean, we are going to be taxed for our Facebook.
Yes, one of the things that we need to discuss, and it's maybe the conversation that we need to have, is the tax regime of the country in terms of putting in place the needed mechanism, especially for online payment. So if somebody should buy something on Amazon, how will it be taxed? Because Amazon, in terms of, if you look at the terms and conditions of the website, is subject to US law. So the sales tax that everybody pays a level of sales tax when you buy stuff on Amazon, depending on the state that even applies. If you're buying from New York, the price might be different from Arizona. If you're buying from Alibaba, it's different. So there is a new whole conversation that we need to get, and I agree with them that we need to look at the space, but it will be unfair that service providers in Ghana are the ones that are being restricted when majority of e-commerce relates to providers who are outside the country. People purchase on Kiku and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they have a way of they've had some discussions with them, with Amazon and all those people.
One of the ways of going about it is to look at the international gateway, where a website functions in Ghana because the NCA and the telcos are allowing those websites to happen. If, for instance, Metro TV, you based on your ISP decides that it's going to block a particular website like YouTube from working, everybody here is not going to have the YouTube. So if you have to have that conversation, that's a conversation. Anyway. Yes, that conversation is not just a GRA function, but I think that is a conversation, and I believe they might have brought all of them on board so that in case somebody is having Netflix, majority of Netflix the reality on Netflix is that people are not using their personal account on Netflix. So how are those people going to be taxed if, for instance, the Netflix account that the person is using is the password and the user is paying it in the United States? How is GRA, but the person enjoying the benefit is in Ghana? How's GRA going to tax it?
Oh, that's interesting. So I buy a book from Amazon, it's coming to me by DHL.
Yes.
But I've paid to the United States taxman.
Yes.
So I may have to pay to the Ghanaian taxman as well. But how?
How is it going to be done? Because, as I said, use the Amazon. Use Netflix. Netflix has done that research. Majority of people who are using Netflix are using second accounts. And if you do a room search here, you actually...
What's a second account?
I.e., Netflix allow you to use on multiple devices.
Yes.
So many a time, people will buy it, you pay the original Netflix and give it to his friend or his family members who also open the Netflix. I'm saying that if the one who is the actual owner of the account sits in the United States, decides to do his friend a show or his sibling and give his Netflix account to his friend.
Yeah, they do that a lot,
and the friend opens the account. How is Jerry going to say? Because the way...
won't notice it.
Of course. So, but I'm just saying that there has to be that... It's not that simple.
Okay, so
but
a friend of mine buys me the book from Amazon in New York.
How is Jerry going to tax you?
And he brings it when he's coming home.
Of course. But I'm saying that the unfair aspect of it is that the Ghanaian, like myself, who have gone to register with GRE, will be the one that will be unbiasedly taxed, okay, by GRE. Because GRE knows only me because I do my service here in Ghana. But when it comes to IT service, I can decide to buy a server in, let's say, in the United States.
So what you are doing, you can have it from somebody in America does an app for you.
LexisNexis works in Ghana. LexisNexis works in Ghana.
That's a law thing.
Yes, that's a law thing. Westlaw works in Ghana. VLEX works in Ghana. Lawyers in Ghana, some lawyers in Ghana are using it. How are you going to tax LexisNexis?
So that will be unfair to you then?
Of course.
Because you're originating from
Yes,
there.
and the one reason why we need to look at the conversation, because majority of our young entrepreneurs are trading online. These are people that you are doing a YouStart program, encouraging them to be taxed. So if you do not do a tax regime that seeks to give a benefit to young entrepreneurs, people who are just doing an Instagram account, and you decide to apply it as it is, it will become very unfair because the people, most of the things, it's costly to do business in Ghana. So if you're going to decide that you're not going to have a flat system where somebody, Amazon pays, Netflix pays, and I pay, but in situation because of how the internet works, Amazon, who is bigger, iPhone, who is bigger, Apple is bigger, Facebook, who is bigger, it's not paying, but by Metro TV decide, because you have decided to run an internet content, your Instagram content. Now you have decided that you're not going to go
but they're going to charge us if Facebook is paying us. That's where the GR is coming in.
No, I'm just saying that if, for instance, you can decide to sell content as Metro TV.
Yes.
Some TV stations have that as a go. So there's a private content. You can decide that there is Metro TV Prime, which sells content.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm saying that you, Metro TV, you will be taxed. However, SuperSport, okay, if SuperSport doesn't even have an office in Ghana,
And Ghanaians are consuming.
But Ghanaians are consuming.
With their money.
With their money.
Their data.
How would they be taxed? Because they are in South Africa. And remember that there are so many TV stations that works online.
So there has to be some multilateral.
Yes, and also there has to be a conversation where it is a conversation that you need to bring technical people to the table. Although I'm IT friendly, the intricacies of it, I do not know. There are the people who are coding, doing serious coding, are not even above 30. They are young people. You decide to, Twitter was banned in Nigeria. They have a way of going VPN and back on it. You can decide to block certain websites here. I'll send you an 18-year-old boy who can sit here, decide to get into your system. These are the guys that we are dealing with.
And you can do anything.
You can do anything.
Is he in Ghana?
Of course, there are a lot of people in Ghana. They are ethical hackers in Ghana.
So I'm just saying that we need all the IT is not Sakawa. Some of it is very innovative.
No. Very, very innovative.
From the same young people.
Believe you me, all the projects that you are doing, Ghana is doing, that you are invested in it, I'm telling you that if you allow young people to opportunity, because the requirement that a young person will have to apply, he needs to go for a PPA license before get a government contract.
Oh, I see.
You have to go for a PPA. If you don't have a PPA, you don't. You have to go to the institution
with the institution. But that's not complicated.
I'm not saying that it's complicated. I'm just saying that it's not complicated for you, Paul, because of where we have reached. Yeah. It's very complicated to a young person, for a 22-year-old or 15-year-old who can do stuff. You telling him that he has to do it. The cost of renting space in Ghana.
Online space.
If I have an online space, that's different. I'm just saying that by reason of operation of your law, a business must have an office. And by office, it's a landed office. That's how your law has defined it. So a young person who is actually doing law, who is actually doing a business, must get a place called an office. And when he gets the office, he has to pay what we call a business operating permit to the assembly.
To the assembly where he's operating.
He's operating. Now, that young person decides to work on Slack.
What's a Slack?
Okay. That young person has an online business. He doesn't need an office.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He needs a computer.
But your law says that he has to get an office.
So he won't register.
So, but whichever way
it is. So you're excluding him from the big
but
things.
the one who wants to comply with the law decides that he's going to register. I've come to GRA. The people are frustrated with taxes. And if we want to be fair, are those who have gone to GRA themselves and said that I want to register, among other factors. I'm just saying that we need to have we can decide to say that, we are being pussyfoot about it. But if you really want to deal with the issues, the challenges, the regulatory regime, ask any young person here, how long does it take them to get FDA approval for their product?
Oh, forever. You don't get it. You start selling So you sell under the table.
But why should it be so?
You sell the shito under the table.
Okay.
You sell the wachi under the table.
So why should it be so?
But you cannot export. You can't take advantage of exporting.
And I'm just saying, how will he not export? Because you are looking at the rules. Exporting is very simple.
Yeah, I put it in my bag. I take it to Nigeria. We're there.
Of course. So I'm just saying that.
And then we'll arrest them and say they are doing something illegal.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that in all of this, if we want to have this conversation, there cannot be a flat system of application of the taxes, especially when we are seeking to empower people. So your Startup Act, you have now brought up a startup bill, and our office deal with a lot of young entrepreneurs. And I'm telling you, the regulatory regime of doing every business, okay,
killing them, eh?
It's a lot in this country, especially when the young person, he just wants to sell, what do you call it?
What do you sell?
Bracelet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do it yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so if you do that is himself, you do it in the house.
Yes, please.
Good. So if he does this in the house, you need to go for the assembly. You cannot operate a business in your assembly without a permit from the assembly. Have you done that? She doesn't even know.
No, she doesn't know.
Yes, because if you look at the bylaws of the assembly, in terms of rearing chicken for business in your house, you need assembly permission. In terms of selling, I'm just saying that the laws are enormous, and we can have a conversation.
I'll send this video to the Ministry of Finance people, so they can hear what you are saying.
Yeah,
they can invite you to
and when it comes to these conversations, Paul, let's move from, for instance, if the typical government agency wants a software developer, the requirement that they will put out there, you should have had computer science, this qualification. Yeah. I am telling you that a boy in Nima with no qualification with computer science background can code better than somebody with computer science background.
Yeah,
because when it comes to the IT industry, it's ability to do.
It's ability, pure.
Okay, but the requirement that the person is putting in place for you to get into public service and all those things, there are videographers here, there are photographers, they take good shots.
Yeah.
For them to be able to work with government, they cannot get out of right. They have to go through people. And I get the point of it, but we need to have a segregation where young entrepreneurs will have a desk of themselves and they don't have to go through the hassle and bustle of getting it.
Maybe those who sign up for YouStart will be the beginning where the ministry will sort of change the rules for them.
I agree, but when you have it stuck in law, it becomes a little bit tricky.
So that's Parliament, the amendments.
Yes. So we need to
so
have
a body of amendments must go to Parliament, but we also need to check. We don't want a free for all kind of thing.
No, I get it, but Paul,
we don't want to suck away in our society.
Let me tell you, regulation kills business, reduces business, but it kills business. The attitude of people. The attitude of the Ghanaian, when the person is supposed to give you a deadline that I'm supposed to be here on time, if the person does not show up. The carpenter, there's a good carpenter that I know that I can give to you, but I can tell that for him to finish your work, you have to take him to police station and take him to, before he finishes your work. That is good.
They're all like that. Artisans are all like that.
No,
the tailor will never finish. He will finish on Sunday.
But that's why we need to have a conversation.
The women are always fighting with the seamstress. The kaba is not ready. Tomorrow is the wedding. Every day, since I was growing up, I've heard my aunties, my mother, all of that, and up to now, I hear my wife, my sisters, and the same thing. Why are we like that?
No, it's because gradually in this town, we are not putting premium on values. It is more about money. It's more about flashy things. These things, that if the government should ever know, and I hope they spend time on it, the things that young ladies are doing on Snapchat, you'll be amazed. The pressure that they are buying for themselves on social media, you'll be amazed.
It's the same in America. We can't do anything about that.
What is the difference in America is that in America, when you decide to throw money around, they'll come to your step.
Yeah, they will quickly come.
But in Ghana, a young lady who's about 18, 19 on Snapchat has a car, has this, has that. Nothing is done about it. We just leave it to be.
She's counting $10,000
yes.
every Sunday.
How did he get it? But if you're a businessman in this town,
it's a gift.
You pay gift tax.
Yeah, 5% only.
Whichever way it is.
Yeah.
If he cannot justify
I thought you were going to ask a gift from who, but it's okay.
No, I don't intend to go into it, but because in this town, it's only in this town, developing countries, that we think that young people are not entitled to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But the sad aspect of it is that those old generation who are saying that during their time, they used to be fed chicken in school. During their time, they used to take siesta. They would close from work. Okay, and I was shocked to hear.
Wait, the French system.
I don't know French in Ghana here.
But you are talking about what happens in France now, where they close for 3 hours.
Yes,
and come
you
back.
can talk to the old generation.
Yeah, I see.
They used to come for siesta in the house, sleep for about 1 hour, take lunch, and go back to work in this country.
Mm-hmm. But what's the point?
The point is that the person is refreshed. The point I'm making is that in my generation, the one who Ghana has benefited most tells me that I'm lazy. Tells me that a young man is rushing up for money. When my age mate Zuckerberg has over $19 billion. Why can't the Ghanaian make it?
Yeah, but you make it the right way. Don't rush.
No, nobody's saying rush. It's not about rush. In our generation, it's not about rush. I'm just saying that this young lady can pick an idea, okay, and can make a lot of money out of that idea. But you, at your level, should not say that the young lady is not entitled to work hard. Or when the young lady is doing
say that.
But I'm just saying that these are the frustrations young people are facing.
Yeah, it's true. I agree.
That if you get to a certain conversation, or even in the service industry,
face that. I mean, I face that. We all face that.
Agreed. I'm just saying that in the service industry, when you decide to send somebody your bill, it looks at you.
Yeah, I know that one too.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that we need to have a conversation. But I think that we should have a very subjective way of dealing with the issue, especially if we want to promote entrepreneurship in this town. Otherwise, those who really want to be committed to entrepreneurship, they face a lot of frustration.
A very interesting conversation on taxation and the regime for taxation and how we can support our young entrepreneurs. Take it forward. Share the video with your friend, to your friend, to your friend. Let's have that conversation so our young entrepreneurs can have a highway to go. That's Good Evening Ghana. Good night.